Golf on Sky Sports, sponsored by the new Chromesoft from Callaway.
Hi guys, Chris from the Pro Shop here. As I said to you yesterday, we're going to try and do some stuff from home. This is sort of like the end of really like day two really. I won't be doing anything every day, but I'm going to look to see if I can try and help you out. One of the things I would say that I've noticed is I've started doing that Joe Wick sort of, it's almost a bit like HIIT training in the mornings with the kids just to start the day off. I'm not going to lie to you, it's left me a little bit sore, so I think one of the best things, and that sort of brings me on to what I wanted to talk to you today about, which is actually a bit of stretching. Now, one of the best people I've ever seen for this was Jimenez. So if anyone's ever seen Jimenez, you often see him when he's got his hips going and he's moving. Well, I'll attach that to the end of this, but you won't be seeing me do that. Those moves left me long ago in my nightclubbing days. What I would say is, what have I been doing today? So one of the things I've been doing, putting a shelf up, which was a success. I think a mouse could stand on it, so hopefully we won't have to put too much on that shelf. But let's get straight to it. Let's actually have a little look and let's talk about stretching. So in golf, realistically, before you hit any balls, you really want to sort of like open up the top half of your body, try and get the feeling that your chest muscles are loosened off, the latissimus dorsal muscles are loosened off at the back as well. So something simple, just arm circles, starting with the right arm first, then moving across to the left. And one thing I would say, I've done sort of 3 repetitions there. Try and do this equal on both sides. Another 3 there, another 3 there. Okay. Now what I want you to ideally do, if you can do that sort of for 30 seconds, that will start to just loosen you up across your chest area. Something else that I like to do is I'll take my left arm in my hand, hold my right, pull it across my chest, and again, what I'm looking to do here is just stretch right across the back here. Just stretch and just loosen that off before I try and hit any golf balls. Because you do realise that a golf club can travel in excess of 118 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, the top players. You might not be going that fast, but it's all relative to what your body can cope with. So when you're doing the stretch as well, what I like to try and think of, the bus just going past now, it's got no one on it by the way. As you're doing your stretch, what you're going to be able to do, you should be doing it for sort of like 15 seconds. Try and hold that stretch if you can. I won't try and bore you with it, okay, because you don't want to just stand there watching me stretch for 15 seconds. Whatever you do, I want to see it on both sides, okay, so you can see here that you're trying to loosen off both sides at the same time. Okay, right, what I'm going to then do is I'm going to actually try and bring sort of golf into it, is I'll take a golf club, literally, I'll try and take a couple of steps back without treading into the net, and I'll be looking here and I'm looking for sort of side bends. Try and when you're doing this, if you can try and hold these again for 15 seconds ideally. Try not to bounce, okay, because that was an old-fashioned way of doing it. Hold the stretch, try and breathe through the stretch if you can, just to get that extra range of motion. If you can try and push yourself a little extra each time, then you're going to find that that's going to come to and benefit you in the long run, because greater flexibility in golf will equal more speed. Something else that I like to also do is if you get yourself into a door frame, it'd be quite good because you can test yourself over the period of your time in isolation on this one, is if you put your arms either side of the frame, take a little step forwards, what you're going to find there is that's going to open your chest up here. Okay, so I try and get the feeling that, imagine I've got a pencil between my shoulder blades and I'm pulling that together and I'm almost holding it, because what we want is we want that perfect posture for you when you get back to the course. Okay, you can get a good posture, get out of this sort of position here, being rounded in the shoulders, you're going to find that we're going to be able to get a wider arc when we swing the golf club. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm probably just going to stop this bit for a second. I'm going to move the camera angle and I'm going to try and go to the ground a little bit and show you some of the stretches that I would do from the ground. One other thing, I better mention this as well, because I got a little bit of grief from one of our reps on the other day when I posted something on Facebook. It was that I was wearing a night top. You'll note today that I have got my Callaway clothing on. Feels a bit strange really wearing my golf clothing in my backyard. But let me move the camera and we'll carry on. Perfect, so I've moved the camera now. Hopefully you can hear me, because this is obviously only just an iPad that we're doing this off of. Joe Wick has definitely got something to answer for, because I am massively tight. I've been doing lots of lunges. He done a lunge thing this morning, which was quite cool for the kids. He was calling it a Spider-Man lunge, and it was getting you to go in all different directions. I honestly don't know why we use lunging, but for some reason it does play havoc, and I am very tight generally in my groin and hip region anyway, because I played a lot of football as a kid and didn't do what we're doing today, which is stretch. So as I say, it feels a bit strange. Got my golf shoes on in my back garden, got my golf gear on in my back garden, which is a bit weird. Okay, so let me just show you a couple of these. Hopefully you can sort of get a view of it. So first things first, what I'm going to do is just simply, I'll be laying back here, and you can do this single leg. What I want you to do here is, this is really tight for me at the moment, is to pull it in tight here, so you're going to get a good stretch on the hamstring there. Okay, that's what we want to see. If you cross that over, switch it over. Again, as I said earlier, please don't do as I say, not as I do. I'm saying sort of hold it for 15 seconds if you can. And one of the key elements to any part of stretching, I think if any expert you'll hear, certainly more qualified than me, will be breathing through the stretch as well. So breathing and talking is quite awkward. That's one of them. Again, I'll get you to do. Another one I'd simply do here, this is one that we did do this morning, funny enough, when Joe done his session, was what I'll get you to do is literally, I want to see you stretching out towards your toes. Okay, so you're holding that. Now I feel that, I do feel it in my hamstrings, I do feel it in my lower back, so it's not a bad thing there. But what I want you to try and get the feeling is you stretch out towards your toes, hold it. For me, when I'm doing this, I try and sort of hold my sort of like my shin bone, and hopefully, come the end of this, I'll be touching my toes, which I've never really done in all my time in golf. So that'll be nice to get back to my youth, should I say. What else would we be looking for? Something I quite like, because this opens up my hips. As I lay down, right leg over my left. Okay, and at this point here, I'm going to rotate my chest the opposite direction, and I'm pulling, my left hand is pulling my right knee down. I'll get a nice good stretch here in my gluteus maximus, my bum, some of you will know that as, and hopefully you can start to feel that. And again, what I'm trying to do here is really open up sort of my hip area, because that is, as I said to you earlier, that is where I get tight, but also that is where you'll get speed when you want to swing the golf club quickly. Do it both ways. And when I go this here, you're now going to see I'm looking at the camera. I'm with my right hand pulling my knee down, and just extenuating that stretch if possible. Okay, good. Right, from there, and my daughter showed me, she loves her dancing. She said, Dad, perhaps you should try this. So what I would do here, feet together at this point here, popping my feet together. You can use your elbows and push down on your thighs, your knee area here, and just opening up the groin area here. Okay, that's quite nice. And then if you wanted to progress that, I'll get you to lean forwards, get a feeling that you just really pull into it. Again, don't bounce, which I have attempted to do it for old-fashioned. Try and lean into it, hold it for 15 seconds, and then once you've done that, pull out afterwards. Okay, right, final one that I'm going to show you today, simply put, and this is again for your groin, is you literally get yourself almost, if you can get your legs straight down here, and what you're doing here, I want you to push your pelvis forwards here, and you're going to again feel that stretch in that groin. Okay, you can go forwards, that's quite cool, you'll feel it there, sometimes you'll feel it down into your thigh on your left leg. If you then pull back, you'll get another stretch as well. Okay, and again, all of these, if you can, try and get the feeling that you're holding them for 15 seconds. Like I said earlier, switch your legs over, almost lost my balance there. This is really important. I've actually done this part of the day. I don't think I'll be able to do Joe's session in the morning if I didn't. So again, push your hip forwards, hold it, that's it, good, and then rock back. As again, it's almost, I feel like I'm going to sit down on my heel here, I'm pulling back here, I'll get a bit of a stretch here as well. Guys, I hope you like that. That's just a bit of a warm up really, what you should all be doing. You should all implement a stretching program if you want to actually sort of try and get a bit more speed in your game, because flexibility and coordination will help us to achieve that when we get onto the main swing. Guys, I hope you like it. I hope to see a few of you soon. All the best, stay safe, speak soon.